All right, happy Wednesday, everyone. I am super excited. I just came across a tool that is totally free that I think is going to help everyone out. All right, I don't know about you, but have you ever been reading something on the Kindle, something resonates, you make a highlight, or you're on the internet, you're reading an article, and it's something you want to share later or remember. You want to share it with a client, you want to share it with a friend, but you come across these things that you find when browsing or reading, and you highlight them. You maybe even add it to your favorites on your bookmarks, and then you never find it again. Does that ever happen to you? Like all this great information just lost. You can remember that you found it, but oftentimes you can't remember where you put it, right? Especially if it's like one paragraph in an entire book. It can be really hard to find that again. And then you're like furiously, going through Kindle looking for the highlight. You can't find it. Your bookmark bar has a bazillion websites in there, right? This happens to me all the time, right? I'm always browsing, always reading about different things. Things are resonating, and then I just forget where I found it. And I don't want to be spending my day copying and pasting into a Word document, which would also become a problem. So this is fantastic news because today, well, I didn't find it today. I think I found it yesterday. I came across this free tool that allows you to highlight and annotate web pages, and then that highlight and annotation only gets stored in a database. So you can go back to that database and just read the highlights you made for that web page. All right. Now, I'm really excited. Let's not waste any time. I want to jump right into it, but it is rude not to introduce myself, especially if you haven't been here before. My name is Matt. I'm a therapist in private practice. I own a group practice. I'm a clinician. I also like to make videos just like this to help therapists start, run, and grow private practices. But this video is certainly not just for therapists. This is for anyone who goes on the internet. All right. If you are a therapist and you want to learn more about starting a private practice, a group practice, you got questions, you want to work with me individually, I would encourage you to check out my consultation group. This is an online community where people can ask questions and I will respond to every single one directly. But enough, I'll leave a link to that down below. Enough of that. Let's jump right into this tool and let's get rid of this fancy camera. Here we go. All right, so the tool is called Hpothes.is. The website is Hpothes.is. Okay, and so what you're going to do is you're going to go there, you're going to create an account. Now, I believe that this tool is marketed towards large education institutions or academic institutions. And the good news about that is that just for a single person, like a solo account, totally free. All right, so you're going to create an account, which I've already done. Just takes a couple minutes, pretty standard. You do that right up here in this corner. And then it's going to ask you to install what's called a plugin. Okay, these are plugins up here, right? They're just little extensions that go into your web browser, and they allow you to do things. And that's the meat and potatoes of this. All right. So once you install the plugin, which it'll prompt you, right? It'll be really easy. You're going to notice that you have a little button up here with an H on it. It looks a little small on the screen, but it's right here. All right. Now, when I am browsing a website, we're going to use this, for example. This is just a prelim. Why am I next to that ad? Let me get that out of here. All right. This is just a website. I think it's, what is this? The Mayo Clinic. It's about ADHD, right? Let's say I'm reading through this. I'm looking at it. And I'm like, oh, you know what? Yeah, this paragraph right here, this resonates. You're going to notice that when I click, well, it's there now, but if I click this little H, do you see that on the right-hand side, this little panel? It disappears or it comes up. When you click that H, it should come up. And what this is going to do, this activates what's the Hpothes function, right? The software we just installed, the plugin. And now when I highlight this, it's going to give me these two prompts. I can annotate, which means I can take a little note, or I can highlight. Right now, I'm just going to highlight, and now we have a highlight, okay? Now, this doesn't look too special yet, right? But watch this. When we go to the Hpothes website into my account, I'm going to refresh it because I was already in there. Look at this. Here is the article that we were just reading, and if I click on it, it pulls up the very quote that I highlighted. This is amazing, right? So now what we're doing is well, let me go back. Go back. How do I get there? Log in. Work. Okay. Now I have a database of all my highlights and where they came from, right? This is absolutely incredible. Let's see here. Let's see. I don't know. Can we go to the bottom? There are related pages here. Let's click on this page. We have a new page, CBT, right? Let's just say, oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, this resonates. Now let me annotate this one. When you annotate, it's going to highlight, and then you can enter in something like this. I can't type. This is really cool. And I think, yeah, you can post this. We'll just post this really cool. Really cool. We'll post this really quick. Now let's go back to our hypothesis database here. We're going to refresh, and boom, there we are. The article I was just on, I click on it. There's my annotation, and there's my highlight. Another thing that's really cool about this is if I refresh this page, right? Or let's say I leave the page and I come back, or we refresh it, that highlight stays there. So if you are on a website multiple times, the highlights that you make will not disappear. This is fantastic. In a later video, I'll probably post it tomorrow or the day after, I'm going to share with you how to do this for Kindle. Like if you're on a Kindle book, there's a whole different workflow for that. And then there's an integration. This gets really, really complex and really cool. But for now, I think this is super simple. And yeah, I really, really wanted to share that with people because I'm sure you're looking at articles, you're looking at things you think would be helpful. And rather than losing it to the abyss, you can have it stored to a database where all of your highlights and quotes are saved. All right. Yeah, it's Hpothes.is. I don't know them. They don't know me. This is just a tool I found. I thought it was really, really cool. And so that's why I'm sharing it with you. Anyway, if you find this tool to be helpful, I would love to know how you're using it. Leave a comment down below. Other than that, have a great rest of your Wednesday, and I will see you in the next video.